In this video, we will be reviewing how to complete a change of use application with Henrico County. The change of use is when you are taking the current use of the structure and turning it into another use type. A few examples would be turning a residential home into a group home or a short-term rental. Another example would be turning a retail space into a restaurant. Please keep in mind if you are making any alterations or additions to the building, a building permit may be required and the CO may be obtained through this process. To start your change of use application, you must be logged into your Build Henrico customer portal. And when you're on the main home screen, as you can see here, you're going to select Permits. Then you're going to select Change of Use. Then it will give you the application. You will see that there's a permit number that is already given to you here at the top of the screen. The first question for selecting the best option, you can pick residential or commercial, whatever the structure is currently. The type of work that's going to be done is always new. The primary work scope, we have three different choices here. One is a change of use, which is used if you are changing the use of the structure. A CO reissue is if you're needing a CO for your structure, however, one cannot be found. Or if you're trying to turn in a space into a group home, then you will select this. In my example today, I'll select group home. Then in your work description, please be as detailed as possible as far as what you're wanting to turn the space into or what you'll be doing. Here I'm converting a home for 8 patients. I'm then going to select the next button. Then it's going to take you to the address field. Please keep in mind the address field is a search function, so as much as or as little information that you put in, the system will be searching based on what you input. So you can see I don't put in a full address, but when I hit search, the system will go and find that address. I'm picking 1209 Old Francis Road. I will place a check in the box. Then I'll press select. Specific location isn't going to be used for this. The next box you will check because you're certifying that you're the owner of the property or you have the authority of the owner to submit this application. Tenant information is not required for this section for this type of permit. So you'll select next. Once you get to the next section, this is the occupancy section where you need to select the current occupancy of the structure. If you're unsure of what it could be, you can select occupancy information sheet and it will give you a sheet with more information. Or you can always call our office at 804-501-4360. In our case, I know our occupancy, so I'm going to select add occupancy. If you're in a residential home is always going to be an R5. Then you'll need to input your total square footage. In this case, the home is 1,500 square feet, and it is 1,500 finished square feet. Then I'm going to add another occupancy because I need to indicate how much unfinished square feet there are. I'm picking R5 again. There is 500 unfinished square feet. Then in the finish box, I'll select no. Then I'm going to press next to get to the next screen. On this screen, please indicate whether you have county water or a private well. Then the next question for sewer, whether you have county or septic sewer. Then please indicate the number of full baths in the home as well as the number of half baths. Please indicate the type of heat, whether it be electric, gas, propane. If you have a fireplace, please indicate whether it's masonry or prefab. I don't have one in my example today, so I'm leaving it as none. You will need to enter in the square footage and unsquare footage again. The permit application does require a project value. However, we understand with the change of use, there really isn't a cost of the project you're doing because you're not doing any work. So you just need to enter in some form of dollar value greater than 0. You're not adding any equipment. So you will then select next. Once you get to the next screen, you will need to check this box saying any submitted documents that you're uploading are done by someone that is eligible to do them. However, in change of use, at most we may require a floor layout in the event you're changing how a restaurant is set up, or potentially just a layout. If in my case where I'm doing a group home, we would require the layout of the home so that we can figure out if it's suitable. If I'm going to upload a file, as you saw, I select upload, and then I pick my file. As you can see, once it's done uploading, it will have the word new there. The document type will be chosen as requested documents. Then you will select next. On the next screen, there's not a mechanics lien agent. You're not adding a contractor because you're not doing any work. You will select next. It will then provide any contacts that are applied on the application. It defaults to the person that is applying for the change of use application, but if there's others that you would like to receive some updates, you can add them by selecting contact and adding them to this application. Select next, and then you're at the final screen where you would want to either save it if you would like to just save it and not submit it, or go ahead and press submit application. And then you'll see where the system will take it from a draft application here to a submitted application for staff to review. And then you are complete and it has been submitted to Henrico County staff to review.